Hello everyone, welcome back to the kitchen table. Today on the kitchen table, prepare yourself, we're going to have a roller coaster ride talking about insurance. Now I know before you all switch off in droves, it's not going to be in depth, it's not going to be very long, but actually in all seriousness I think it's something that everyone should at least consider. Before we go any further on this serious topic, we need a serious wine, and this is a fantastic, I really recommend you try this, the Wickham Hill 2012 Cabernet Sauvignon from Australia. This is like just drinking plum jam. It's fantastic, so cheers. Wow, that is good. Right, insurance. Okay, what I'm actually really encouraged about is I'm getting lots of emails and PMs and comments and stuff asking me about insurance. Have I got any? Do I recommend it? Where can they get insurance for operating your drone, your Phantom, your Parrot, whatever you've got? Now, just a quick caveat to say that what I'm going to be talking about is for recreational use only. If you use your aircraft commercially, well, if you use it commercially in the UK, hopefully you have got permission for aerial work, and as part of that you need to have insurance, so you will sort that out. If you're using it commercially elsewhere, you really need to speak to a specialist broker, because the kind of cover that you will get in the kind of recreational policies, I think you'll find won't help you. So just be aware that everything I'm talking about today is just going to be on the non-commercial, purely recreational flying. So the answer to the question I get asked is, do I carry insurance? Yes, and the insurance we're talking about is liability insurance. I'm not talking about, if it crashes and smashes into a million pieces, I can claim it back. Such policies probably exist, but I suspect the excess and the premium are going to be ridiculously high. So we're talking about liability. So I wanted to just talk about the two sources of liability insurance that I'm aware of in the UK that are run by non-profits, and also the one source that I'm aware of in the US. If you live somewhere else, or you live in these parts of the world, and I've missed something because I can't possibly research the insurance providers in every country, please put it in the comments down there, and let everybody know. We'll maybe get together a bit of a list, and I'll update that in the description. Links to other insurance providers. As I say, I think personally I'd rather get insurance from a non-profit that's behind the hobby as a first port of call, rather than going to an insurance company that's just in it for the money, unless you've got no other option. So let's deal with the UK first. That's the area I'm most familiar with. There's two non-profit organisations that I'm aware of in the UK that provide you liability insurance for flying this kind of thing. The first one is, which I'm a member of, and this is my certificate of insurance, is FPV UK. Their website is fpvuk.org. FPV, of course, standing for First Person View. This is a non-profit who are aiming to promote the safety and the enjoyment of first-person view flying. Mainly through the use of goggles and fully immersive, but also, those of us who use an app, technically we're looking at a first-person view. They also are, represent the interests of the wider hobby with the CAA. Their membership is an outrageous £15.80 or so a year, and you can actually prorate that. So if you join midway through their year, then you can prorate it into, I think, the various quarters. So you won't ever end up paying too much. It's fairly bare bones. For that membership you get your insurance, which gives you £5 million of liability cover for any model flying in the UK and Europe, which is pretty good. You don't get a glossy magazine, you don't get anything else, but you are helping them to promote the hobby. So that's one source. The other source in the UK is the BMFA, which is the British Model Flying Association, which is a lot longer established. I think they started out originally in the sort of like affiliated clubs kind of route, but you can join them as an individual. BMFA.org, I believe, is the website. And their membership package is around £33 a year. Now, there is a slight wrinkle in that I don't think they do it prorated. So if you join after a certain date, you kind of have to pay up but don't get the full. You go and look at that yourself. But you do get a magazine, you do get a club structure behind you if you want it. But as I say, you can join as what they call a country member, where you just literally join direct. There's no need to go to an affiliated local club. But there is that option if you would prefer to do that. And as I say, they're £30 a year, and I think you get they also, as part of the membership, have liability insurance that's included, and I believe you can buy extras as well, such as cover for your models against theft and all sorts of bits and pieces maybe. So have a look at those details on there. So that's the ones that I'm aware of in the UK in terms of non-profit. In the US, of course, we have the AMA, which is short for the Academy of Model Aeronautics, which sounds extremely grand. But again, they are a non-profit. They're out to promote model flying as a hobby. And if you join them, it's around the $60 a year mark. Then they have quite a very detailed listing of what their insurance covers. And again, you can bolt on extras, and it's quite comprehensive. A lot of people feel that they're in the States that their homeowners insurance would be fine. That may be the case, but I strongly advise you to just check it out, because the last thing we want to happen is somebody to, through no fault of their own, cause a major problem and then be sued out of existence because you don't have any insurance. The other reason I think everyone should go for insurance, apart from the fact that it really is cheap in the scheme of things, is it helps to promote that we are responsible and safe hobbyists, and we're not just out to be idiotic people who fly over crowds and put ridiculous videos on YouTube. And I think it will help with the impression of what we as a group are like. If we can say to people, look, we take it very responsibly, we actually have insurance, and I think that's a good thing. Just an example from when it's coming in handy for me. I wanted permission to fly in a bit over a bit of land on a bit of land that's owned by the local town council here. I approached them. The first thing I said was, look, I've got insurance. I did a little piece of paper risk assessment about how I would, how it's got fail safes and so on and so forth. And they looked at that and went, well, this is obviously somebody who's sensible and no problems at all. Whereas they banned or not given permission for people just to fly model aircraft there previously. So I think it also helps on that score. So that's it really. Those are the three. Please let me know if you know in your location, your country, of any other, preferably non-profits first, that are sort of helping to promote the hobby, and you get your insurance through them. That's a great way of supporting that. But if not, and you have some insurance that will cover against public liability should you injure somebody or damage their property, then please let us know. I hope that was useful. Please consider it. It might get you out of a financially difficult situation, and it also, I think, will help to promote the vast majority of us as the sensible, sane people that we are. On that note, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you again soon back on the kitchen table. Cheers!